Morning Stampers, it's Monday. I'm Meg this is Maker Mornings with Meg from LovenStamps. And today is bright and sunny, and we are going to do a bright and sunny project that will help you guys get ready for any last minute little treats that you need for Easter this weekend, or really for anything, showers, favors, little treats for friends or family or coworkers or whatnot. Because we are going to do a 6x6 crafting hack. And we are going to use the Flowers for All Season. Ooh, I should make sure I have the name right on that. The Flowers for All Season Designer Series paper, which is on the retiring list and is a really, really nice discount. It is, Flowers for All Season. It's this one right here. And a whole pack of paper for under $7 is always a nice thing, right? So, morning guys. Hey, Cindy and Tanya and Trish and Cheryl and Sue. So glad you guys are here. Okay, so here are just a couple samplings of the paper in this package. It is floral. There are papers for every season in it, and it's 6x6. So when you get your paper, sometimes if I have more than one package, I combine them in like a Ziploc so that I can keep track of everything. But when you get your paper, you're going to have a ton of gorgeous different designs. And really most of them are good for any season. The only one that seems pretty specific is dropping paper everywhere. Is the poinsettia paper, which is kind of nice to have a really pretty floral that's set for Christmas. So some of them are a little more fall themed, some of them are a little more summer theme. I kind of feel like these daisies are very springy, and the papers are often sort of the big pattern on the front, and then or big printy pattern on the front, and the big or subtle, more neutral pattern on the back. So that gives you a lot of different flexibility. Okay, let me get some of this paper out of the way here. So we're gonna do a treat packet. There's more paper flying. Good thing I have lots of it. And I don't know about you guys, in your house, are these a favorite or do they sit forever? You can see that this package is completely empty. Here at my house, I managed to save one for our project. I have rescued it from doom because peeps go fast. So I know you're either a peep lover or a peep hater. There's really not usually a lot of neutral on that. So we're gonna do our project and have a cute little packet for a peep in there. All right, you guys ready to get started? Hey, Melinda. All right, let's get you guys flipped down here, and I will get you centered. All right, so I have a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and this is gonna be our starting point for this project. And you may have seen these before. Here is a version that I did in the fall when we were doing fall projects. Perfect for Ghirardelli. And I'm gonna tell you that this size is a little different from what I'm going to do now. Sue says peeps are not her favorite. Sorry, Sue, you can put anything you want in here. We're gonna make a similar treat holder, but we're gonna make ours a little bit wider because I want room for peeps and chocolate, just in case, you know, there's a non-peep fan involved. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. The folding for this is relatively simple. You're gonna start with your 6x6 and you're going to fold it in a triangle. So diagonal along one diagonal, okay? Then you are going to take this corner and you're gonna bring it over to this edge. Now usually when you do this pouch, you go all the way to the edge, and you can see that I have my grid paper here on my, I'm not gonna squeeze that. I have my grid paper here because I've lined up my triangle along my grid paper here, and then I know that I'm ready to put my point across because it goes to the same grid line on the left and the right, so I know that that's parallel to the bottom, okay? But we want to make our pouch wider, so I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge. I'm gonna start kind of looking there, and then I'm gonna back this off. I wanna make sure I keep my edge straight, okay? So it's gonna make it a little less tall, but can you see I'm kind of extending this line across here so that this line is parallel. There you go. See here, so this line here is parallel to this line here, okay? All right, trust me, if you just start making it, it makes sense, and the grid paper helps a lot. Okay, then I'm gonna take this corner and I'm gonna match it over to here because it's obviously not gonna go all the way across. So I'm going to just line up these two edges here so that they're straight across, okay? All right, so now we have our pouch, and it's a little bit wider. So the one that we do usually is quite a bit narrower than this. And the magic part is that it still holds itself together because all you have to do is fold this down like that and pop it open, and you have your pouch ready to go, okay? So this one's pretty cute paper-wise, but I'm actually gonna go with this one because I really like the yellow on the inside, and I think this is a nice springy paper. So you could make a whole parcel of these and put peeps in all of them, but like I said, I only have one peep left, so I'll just be making one this morning. I didn't actually eat any of those. Usually I do, but I've been really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is work on some of the decorations for this. And for that, I'm gonna use the Special Someone set. And this one is from the retiring list. So sadly, we will be saying goodbye to it. It is a super darling stamp set. But really, the reason that this stamp set is so great is the stamps are cute, but the reason that makes it great is actually the dies that go with it. So let's take a look at the dies and why they are super fabulous. Okay, here, wait, are they on this page? They're on 182. There they go. Okay, so here are the dies. So the first thing that makes them fabulous is that they are on clearance right now for $7, which means I make no promises. They're available right now, but not sure how much longer. Some of those sale things are going really quickly. Sue says she doesn't believe that I didn't eat the peeps. I didn't, Sue, not this year. Usually I would eat a good portion of that, but okay. So anyway, these are on sale, but I want you to look at some of these other dies that are in here. There's this cute grass die that we're going to use. There are these flower dies. There are little flower buds. There's balloons. There is a word bubble. Those pieces alone make this die set worth having, even if you're, not sure you're going to use a lot of raccoons. But these characters are awfully cute, so I think you'll find you'll really enjoy having them on hand. So I'm going to start with our squirrel, and I'm going to stamp him in early espresso. And we'll get our pieces stamped here. Then I have his outline because this is a two-step stamp set, so I don't have to color him, which makes it a really quick one. And I'm just gonna take here, I'm gonna stamp on a piece of scrap paper so that I've stamped off some of the ink. And then I'm gonna line him up and stamp him here on our paper. And isn't he darling? I mean, kind of in love with him already. And then I'm gonna take our greeting, and for this one, I'm gonna say for a very special someone, and we'll pop that here because the die that's gonna go with this is gonna be our word bubble. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna have my squirrel that's gonna get die cut, and then we need him to be holding something. So he is going to be holding a flower. So here's the die for that, and here's the stamp for the flower. And somebody said this would work. Oh yeah, this would be a great pop-up box die. Good point, Trish. I like that. And I'm sorry, Tanya, if you need a fourth order. Okay, so what I want to do though is I want to coordinate my colors for this box. And this paper, this Flowers for Every Season paper that's on that great discount sale, coordinates really well with in colors that just came out this year. So these are those in color markers, 2020 to 2022. Some of the retiring in colors, 2019 to 2021, are already sold out. I think Seaside Spray cardstock and maybe a couple of terracotta tile ink pad. So if you still need those things, don't wait. They're going. Okay, so I'm going to use my markers. So these are Stampin' Right markers, which are water-based, and they are terrific for coloring on stamps. So these are the ones that are the round barrels. The square barrel ones are the alcohol markers. They're not really great for coloring on stamps the same way. So, all right, so I'm going to use the brush tip and just color the edge. These particular markers come as a set of 5. Otherwise, you can get them as a set of 10 for the color families. And the great thing about this is if you have a stamp that has 2 different parts on it, like a stem and a flower, then you can color on it to do whatever combination of colors you want, and then you have your multicolor flower, okay? So I take this and pop this on here. Now, I talk a lot about making sure that there's a clear focal point on our projects. And so the problem with this is that it's gonna get lost on here, right? So this cute little squirrel doesn't really have enough oomph to really hold its own. So what I wanna do is add a circle on here to just give it a base to be on. And I was thinking, because I love this paper so much, that a fun base for this would be to cut the circle out of one of our designer series papers. So this is a good combination. It's just the back of one of these papers, and it's gonna contrast with the white edges and the white borders that are gonna be on our squirrel. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a circle from this, and I would be remiss if I didn't say that I think the most sad retiring thing for me is gonna be these stitch shaped framelits. It's a toss up between this and the retiring circle punches. But I'm gonna use the small circle here and cut this out from our paper. So if you've ever watched me do videos before, you know stitch shaped dies and circle punches are among my favorites. So, all right, through the magic of television. Oh, and then actually there's two more dies that I'm gonna use. One is going to be a piece of the Just Jade cardstock, and I'm going to cut the grass with that. And the other is gonna be this cute little bow, and I'm gonna cut that from a piece of Magenta Madness cardstock to match our designer series paper. So through the magic of television, we have our circle, we have our flower, we have our grass, which is actually much longer, so I've cut a small piece. We have our cute little squirrel. Isn't he just a stinking adorable guy? And we have that little tiny bow. So let's work on putting these pieces together. I like having the grass wider than our piece here because that gives us just a little bit more visual line that draws into the center. And so I'm going to pop the grass on down here, and I'm using my multi-purpose liquid adhesive, which I forgot to put in the directions in the video description, but the video description does include all the other pieces for this project, so you'll be able to find them on there if you're looking for things that you need. And sorry, Tanya. All right, I'm gonna pop my squirrel there on the edge, and then we have our flower, which has to fit into his little tiny hands, and then we also need room for our greeting. So let's see, how are we gonna put this here? So the flower, I think, is gonna do a little kind of droop to the side, and our greeting is gonna fit right up here. So let's put those parts together. Green lid glue, if you can see it, it is enough. And I'm gonna put a little on the stem, and then let's see, where did that fall? I can put a dimensional under the flower too. You just don't want to have dimensionals sticking out over the space that's gonna be empty. Okay, all right, and then we need our greeting here. Now let's see how this is gonna fit here on our box. So I think we're gonna pop this off to the side a little bit, and then our greeting is gonna fit here. And I think that there's room, let's see, we'll pop this dimensional on and see what happens for our message to fit right there. I want it to be in the open space. There we go. Okay, we got that pretty straight. All right, so now I need to attach this to our box, and I need to attach our bow. Let's put the bow on. So it's just gonna get a little dot of multi-purpose liquid glue, and that's gonna pop, whoops. I did find my take your pick tool, and then I lost it again, if you were worried from last Friday. Okay, there we go. So now we have our bow, and we have our squirrel, and my favorite way to attach something like this, which is a flat thing attaching to a curved surface. So I don't want to have this pop off because it's not curved like the box, is to go ahead and just pop a couple of dimensionals kind of on a vertical line there that's gonna hit at the same place on the curve. And hi, Debbie from Michigan. I hope it's sunny for you guys today too. Okay, I spent this weekend at a soccer tournament in near St. Louis, and it was beautifully sunny. So nice to be outside. Okay, and so then we have our box assembled there with our little guys. So now we need the pieces to go in it. So I have some dark chocolate, which honestly, I really like to pick chocolates that match my project, but this is what I had because I knew, Sue, you didn't believe me that I hadn't eaten Peeps. I sadly have eaten chocolate, so that's why we're low on chocolate that matches projects. But then the other part is my final piece, And I have popped this peep into a clear medium envelope, and I'm gonna tie it up with some ribbon. And this ribbon, I'm gonna show you some of the retiring things that you're gonna wanna know go with these pieces. And this ribbon is one of them. So it is the Magenta Madness in color ribbon. And they are, gosh, they're on sale from like $2 to $5 or something like that, the 5 colors. So you can pick which ones you want. And the reason that you should be excited about those right now is because they match brilliantly with the Flowers for All Season Designer Series paper. So, okay, I'm gonna trim a little end there. Plus, they're a great color for peeps. Okay, I'm going to put this on here and just tuck this now inside. Now, if you think about the size that our pouch is usually, this sort of narrow size pouch from past history. Here, I'll fold one up real fast. So if you missed that part, all I'm gonna do is fold the triangle this way, then bring this layer across, keeping this line parallel to this line, and then this line to this line. So this is not how I did the one we're using right now, remember? So this is the small version, okay, which will fit only that much stuff, whereas this larger version is gonna fit so much more. So keep in mind that you can adjust these pouch sizes for whatever you wanna do. So that would be our really cute little Easter treat. Now, if you only had a peep to put in it and you weren't going to include chocolate, you could probably get your peep into this little smaller guy here. But okay, so you guys wanna see the other parts that you wanna know about with retiring. So someone special is retiring. The dies, of which we used just these pieces, there's a lot more in here, the little flowers and balloons and so forth. This die set is amazing. And for $7, you really can't go wrong. It's just a great one to build on any stamp set with the word bubble and the grass and the flowers and so forth. The other things that your peep is popping. The other things that you're gonna wanna know about are the, let's see, there's the stamp set, the retiring elements. So, flipping upside down here, the retiring elements are the Designer Series paper, and then the pieces that go with that are from this suite. And they are here. They're from Flowers for Every Season suite, and I got a couple of cards out to show you from this sample. So here's one of them. So this is that Designer Series paper. And a jar of flowers stamp set. And then here is another one. These are from the videos that I showed last spring. And you can see these bright colors are just amazing. This Designer Series paper is gorgeous. The stamp sets from this suite are not retiring, but the paper is. And the other thing that's retiring is the cards and envelopes here. And these are really kind of a nice thing to have. So they have the coordinating cards and then the memories and more pieces that go with them. And they're in the catalog, I'm trying to read upside down, on page 155. And they are highly discounted also. So even if you've never looked at memories and more cards before, I would consider that, because these are a set of 20 cards, I think, 10 cards and 10 envelopes. So 10 cards for under $10. And then these are the memories and more cards and pieces that go with them, with lots and lots of different choices. And you can see I've just used one here for that. So, and then you have the trims that go with these. Here are the trims that I was talking about that match. And yeah, lots of good pieces. So I hope you guys are getting excited about little treats to finish up for your Easter celebrations. And you can use this with any size, any kind of Designer Series paper, and really any square, but 6x6 is the size that we're gonna do for this little cute guy here. Keep in mind, in the video description, I've added some links for other 6x6, I call them 6x6 crafting hacks, things you can do with 6x6 paper that are just kind of ideal little treats and card bases and things like that. So you might find those helpful. And we will be back on Wednesday this week. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for another Maker Mornings with Meg. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching our video this morning. Let me know if you have any questions. Links for supplies are in the video description. So happy stamping and have a wonderful Monday. Bye, guys.